this thing on? How's the lighting? Good? Okay, anyways. What's up, YouTube, all my YouTube friends and fellow Wednesday warriors? This is Jesse here, JLS Comics. I got another haul for you. I just got through this weekend getting those 150 comics, but I already got some new comics for you. So I got these here to show you. And as promised, I'm going to do what I was most excited for this week. So I got a couple here. So 11 total. I'm not going to have this be terribly long, so let's get into it. First one is a back issue that I got. It's Supergirl number 3. This one here. It is Ian Churchill. I like it with the sun there and kind of creating a translucent effect on the cape, and you can kind of see through it, so it's pretty cool. I'm going to be collecting this run here ultimately for the Michael Turner covers, but it's actually kind of turned me on to Ian Churchill as well, so I like his artwork as well. So I'll see what else he's done, and definitely pick up this little run here, but also look to see what else he's done. So good on that. The next one I didn't really know much about, but after watching some videos, I ended up getting it. I like Brian K. Vaughan. I know a little bit about Cliff Chang. It's this one here, Paper Girls number 1. So I didn't know too much about it going into it, just what I had read or seen or heard on YouTube, and just reading some brief articles about it. It's very distinctive cover here. There's not too many when you browse on the shelf that have this sort of wow factor to it, let's call it. But you know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but let's face it, that's what we do some of the times. When they have something like this like highlighter effect to it, it really stands out and makes you take a second look at it. So that's what I did. I'm glad I did. I like the story quite a bit. Brian K. Vaughan once again did not disappoint. Kind of reminded me of a 1980s like Spielberg movie, a sci-fi Spielberg movie. You know, small town, middle America type thing, big adventure, middle town. It was cool. I liked it, and one thing I liked, very minimal ads except towards the end, so that's always a plus. It's a thick book, and usually with some of them, the thickness does not mean more story, it means more ads, but not in this case. So, haven't read this, highly recommend it. Can't wait to see what happens in issue 2. The next one I got, it's the only one I got of these. There's a few one-shots of this. This is What If Infinity, Thanos number 1. It's a cool cover, I think. I like it. Interesting story. Basically, it is what if Thanos had become an Avenger. And it's talking about incursions and what have you. So basically, this what if takes place right around the time runs out time period. Just a little bit before Secret War. So this is pretty interesting. This one, love this story. Love this issue as well. Cool. I didn't keep up with canon too much, so and I hope this isn't giving anything away, but Han Solo has a wife. Did not know that, so that was pretty cool. Loving this. I don't know if you guys are looking forward to Vader Down and that crossover, but looks pretty cool. There's a lot of it'll be tied into this and Darth Vader and the Vader Down one-shot. It'll cross over all those. So it's pretty cool. It's a neat cover too. So there's that one. A lot of variants for that Vader Down as well. So they're getting a little crazy with those. In fact, that Dark Knight 3, I read today that there's, you think, you know, I thought it was ridiculous when Archie came out and there was like 40 variants for that, but Dark Knight 3 is going to have, at this point, and it's still a little ways away, 68 variants for that already now, so that's pretty crazy. This one came out a week or 2 ago, but it's a cool cover here. It's Fried Pie variant for Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Just like the art. It's in a poly bag. Fried Pie is doing a bunch of variant covers. It's a new company. I think it's pretty much exclusive to Books A Million, Second and Charles. They have quite a few there. This is one that I especially liked. It looks like a watercolor picture there. I've been liking the story so far for this. It's up to issue 2, but I won't get ahead of myself yet. Speaking of issue 2, we got Iron Man, issue number 2. I'm not a huge fan of the new suit, but I like where the story is going so far. Definitely sticking with it, at least through this first arc here to see what happens. If you like the movie version of Tony Stark, you'll definitely like this. If you like Brian Michael Bendis, this is Bendis being a really good Bendis. So, if you like all those things combined, you'll love this story. So, but that picture, I said I didn't like the suit too much, but that picture is pretty cool. The coloring in this book, on the cover work, is phenomenal. Another one that is a number 2, just came out. So these are kind of follow along next to each other pretty closely. Let me backtrack for a second. For a while they were talking with this about a second, Bendis was going to be doing a second Iron Man book that was finally announced. It's called International Iron Man. And they'll kind of follow along with each other. They'll trade some stories. But Bendis said, and it's a rough quote, but he said he won't punish you for picking just one or the other. So you don't have to be reading both to really get the whole story. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, if you read both, that will be you'll get the full story. But you don't have to read both. But so International Iron Man, if you haven't looked at it yet or considered it or read about it, previews or wherever else, check it out. All right, so back to this Spider-Man. Numero dos. Interesting story so far. This one pretty much takes place underwater. I really like Dan Slott, his runs on Spider-Man. He's been writing it for a long time. He knows the character really well, so it's interesting to see where he's going to take Peter. Where he's going to take this take on Peter. There we go. That's kind of a tongue twister. Be interesting. Kind of, I'm gonna stick with it for a while and see where it goes. So that's a good one. J. Scott Campbell. I always love Danger Girl. Here's part 2 for this. I'm liking this a lot so far. This is the regular cover. There's like a sketch variant, which is the retailer incentive cover. Also, part 2 of 4. So this is halfway through. Danger Girl. These stories always are high action, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, very dynamic stories, always action, going. But pretty good, fun, entertaining. I like it. So we got some Spider-Gwen. Always love Spider-Gwen, volume 1. If you saw one of my videos, I got a ton of variants for that. So we got Spider-Gwen number 1. I showed you that one in a previous video, so I got a couple variants for it. This is the hip-hop variant here. Humberto Ramos cover. Pretty cool. Like the story as well so far. Definitely sticking with it to see where it goes, and I hope it lasts more than 5 issues. So that's 9. So we got picks of the week over here. There's 2. Pick of the week should be the number 1. I picked both of these because of the cover art. So and they're both Spider-Gwen, so spoiler there. First one is the 92 cover, variant cover by Nick Bradshaw. This is, it says here, NB Nick Bradshaw after McFarlane. So this is an homage to Spider-Man number 1. It came out in the early 90s. Really cool cover. If you look closely, it's got a lot of little spiders crawling around on it. It's cool. Like it a lot. Really glad to have this, and I know it's been climbing up in price quite a bit, so I'm glad to have gotten it for what I got it for. And my pick of the week, it is the same story, but I'm picking this because of the artwork. As soon as I saw this, I knew I really wanted to have it, so I, of course, got it. It is a J. Scott Campbell variant for Spider-Gwen number 1. And I think it is just a beautiful cover. Really like it. So that's my pick of the week. I like the story a lot. I picked this, and I said I'd probably do this next week, last week. Picked this strictly for the cover art. So that is my cover art pick of the week. But you know what? Let's, if I had to pick a story, you know what? And it didn't come out. No, I can't do that. I really like this one quite a bit. My trick of the week. This one. No, that came out last week too, didn't it? Shoot. Well, I really like this story then. This will be my story pick of the week. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys. Some stuff coming out Wednesday, as you all know. I got a smaller haul coming this week. But next week there's the new Deadpool, so that is exciting. On the 4th, I think it is. Looking forward to that. Hope you all have a good Monday, a good rest of your weeks, and I will see you guys soon.